is the one team that's been getting better every single year and making progress every single year. Here is how they could go to a certified championship caliber team.
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them out. I'm really biting, they just barking out. I'm really riding, they just parking now. His street, what to talk about. See the big H when I'm walking out.
The Berlin Thunder. The Berlin Thunder is the one team that's been getting better every single year and making progress every single year. Here is how they could go to a certified championship caliber team. Here's the secret for the Berlin Thunder, right? First, let me say this. They just like last year, they strike first in free agency. They bring back Kyle Kitchens. They re-sign Robin Vilcek, right? You know, the past seasons, they've wasted no time in making sure that signing their guys and then finding ways to get better. How do the Berlin Thunder become a championship team? The recipe is simple. You need to find a run game. That's it. You need to find a run game. You went from year one, where obviously, the first year in the league, first time building the team, to year two, almost a playoff caliber team, to year three, a playoff caliber team. Now you need to make that next step. All right. And the way to make that next step, I got my notes, is you need to find a running game. Right. The Berlin Thunder last year were a team that had 249 attempts, 716 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, right? They've ran for first downs 48 times, right? And they passed for first downs 132 times. But here's the thing. They've only averaged 2.8 yards rushing per game. That's not going to get it done. That's not going to get it done, all right? And some of you may look at these numbers or hear these numbers and say, like, they don't tell the whole story. In this case, they do, because Berlin wasn't a team that was necessarily playing from behind a lot of their games. Actually, for the most part, it was either a close game or they were in the lead, right? So they are in positions where, they don't have to pass the ball 24/7. But in their offense and the way it was dictated this year, that's the route that they wanted to go. But if you're going to be a championship caliber team, you got to have a running presence, right? Let me give you a couple numbers here. All right. Let's look at the Stuttgart Surge. Stuttgart, and compare it to the Berlin Thunder. Stuttgart Surge had 373 attempts, 1,611 yards, 24 touchdowns, right? Average 4.32 yards per carry. They ran the ball 99 times for first downs, and they passed it 137, right? Compared to Berlin. Let's look at another team, the champs, Ryan Fire. 329 attempts, 1,756 rushing yards, 17 touchdowns, an average of 5.34 yards attempts. Ran the ball 97 times for a first down and passed it 184. All right. Let's look at the Vikings. 366 attempts, 2,035 yards, 27 touchdowns, 5.56 yards per carry. They ran the ball 115 times for first downs and passed it 125 times for first downs. Compare those numbers to Berlin. Again, Berlin Thunder, 249 attempts, not even 1,000 yards rushing, 716 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, not even double digits, 2.8 yards per carry, and only ran the ball 48 times for a first down. All right. Again, those numbers aren't going to tell the whole story, but they damn sure tell a lot of it, right? Your leading rusher last year, Tim Scholes, ran for 233 yards, followed by Nicholas Kruller, 160 yards, followed by Donovan Isom, who only played 4 games, 113 yards, right? If the Thunder want to be a championship team, they got to find a running back, all right? And they got to find the guys up front to do it, all right? Or even if you find a mobile quarterback, whatever you decide to do, right? Because you got to have some type of running presence, right? The defense has to feel the run game, and you got to make guys want to tackle. Don't bail them out by passing it, more times than you should. The running game, not only does it provide balance, but it opens up your pass game. It creates big plays more efficiently than it would just drawing them up, right? It physically wears down the defense, right? 4 out of 5 teams, that were 4 out of 5 teams that were in the playoffs were top 5 in rushing. 3 out of 4 teams that were in the semifinals were top 5 in rushing, right? You need the attempts, right? You need the defense to fill you. And I'm interested to see who Berlin goes after when it comes to developing their run game. And obviously, this was the first year under new offensive coordinator Henry Schlegel, so we'll see how he develops. But I'm telling you right now, if the Berlin Thunder want to be a championship team, you got to find a run game next year.
Nobody. Hard work, they don't know about it. Hard work, they don't know about it. Hard work, they don't know about it.